Hi everyone, my name is Shannon Padilla and I will be your instructor for Communication 180 this summer. I wanted to start with a short video so that you could put a face to the name of your instructor and also to just set us up for how class is going to work moving forward. So first and foremost, I've been teaching at DVC for about 12 years. I've been teaching this Communication 180 class for probably about 3 years, and I taught it last summer in the exact same format, 9 weeks. It went really well, so I'm excited to teach it again this summer. I also teach Communication 120, which is public speaking, and I teach that, or used to teach that face-to-face at DVC, and now we're doing it in a virtual world. And I also teach Communication 121, which is persuasion and critical thinking. So I teach all 3 of those classes at DVC. When teaching, my overall philosophy is that as your instructor, my goal is always that whatever we learn in class or through the computer or through our textbook or through each other, is that then you can take what we've learned and apply it to life outside of class. So that's always my goal. So when we're learning theories, you're going to see me oftentimes say, let's understand what this theory is, but then let's figure out how this theory translates to our lives and how can we use this on a daily basis to improve our communication skills. That's my main goal when teaching, is figuring out how to take what we learn in class to then apply it to our lives outside of class. And there's going to be 4 things that we need to go over that you need to make sure that you're clear on before we can get going, and also just to be successful in class. So the first of which is you need to get a textbook. If you haven't already gotten one, you need to do that immediately. The library has a version of the textbook that you can use, and so you can do that. You also can just order a textbook, buy a textbook through the DVC bookstore or whatever online vendor that you trust. You do not need the access code for our textbook, but you will need the textbook because that's how you're going to learn the theories and then be successful in the quizzes and the different assignments. I like this book because it's an easy read. It's not too challenging. It's also pretty organized, and we should be able to follow along pretty clearly. So that's the first thing. The second thing that you need to be aware of are the deadlines and the due dates. And I try to put these everywhere so that you're aware of when things are due. I've taken a lot of classes on how to be an effective online teacher, and the main thing that I've learned is that the more consistent I am with due dates and what's due on those dates, the more successful the student can then be. So with that said, all summer, I'm going to post a new module, we're going to call it, or Canvas calls it, so you'll click on module. I'm going to post a new one every Friday, and then you have the weekend to work, or you have the weekend to take off because your first assignment won't be due till Monday. And Monday will always have a quiz due on whatever chapter we are studying. Later in the summer, the quizzes go away and it's filled by a short assignment, but you will always on Monday have a quiz or a short assignment due. That will be due by 11:59 p.m. all the time. So I always give you till just about before midnight to submit. Then you have Tuesday to learn and study and read. And then Wednesday will be your follow-up assignment to whatever chapter you just took the quiz on. So it'll be Monday, and then it'll be Wednesday, whatever chapter we're going over. Then on Thursday, I have a quiz for a new chapter, and then on Friday, the assignments related to that chapter. So assignments will always be due Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, usually I teach this class in a 16-week course in the fall and in the spring, and so we do like a chapter a week, basically. However, you're taking this class in summer in 9 weeks, and so it's accelerated. And so oftentimes there's going to be 2 chapters per week. So it'll be like the first chapter on Monday and Wednesday, and then the second chapter on Thursday and Friday. So it is going to move quick, and there's going to be a lot of work. However, I do think that most students who take this class, at least last summer, were very successful if they could stay on top of those due dates. So just make sure that you're ready to put that work in and that you have the time to do those assignments on those days. And just remember that it's 54 hours of work for a 3-unit class, and so that's all being crammed into 9 weeks. So just kind of keep that in perspective. The third thing that you need to know is you need to get familiar with Canvas. At this point, most of you have probably taken an online class or been forced to because of the shelter in place. But if you haven't, and this is your first online class, you want to make sure you understand Canvas, and that'll save you some time when you're trying to upload assignments and do different things. So the main thing you need to locate first is modules. And right now you'll just see 1 or 2 modules on there. But as we move through summer, I'm just going to keep adding modules below the next, and it'll always have the dates that you're supposed to be working on those modules. And so it'll just keep building as we move through summer. It's more approachable that way versus just putting up 300 things for you all to look at once. So it'll just keep adding. Every Friday you'll see a new module on there. The other thing you want to find is the discussion board. I've gotten mixed reviews on the discussion board. Most students enjoy it and they say they learn from it and they make it feel like it has some type of class community. However, some people say, you know, it's daunting, it's a lot, there's a lot of discussion. Remember, we're a communication class, so discussion is part of it. And with online learning, the discussions come through our words of typing. So that is something to think about. And if you like that, then that's great. We're going to use it a lot. And if you don't like it as much, that's something to think about before deciding to take the class. And then the third thing you want to make sure that you're able to do is that we're going to upload videos of ourselves, and we're also going to upload different assignments to me. And that's pretty simple and easy to figure out, but make sure that you're familiar with how to do that. It's basically like setting an attachment. It should be pretty simple, but something to kind of mess with before, you know, 11:59 when your first assignment's due. All right, and then the fourth thing that I want to talk about is that there are bound to be issues with online learning. There are every time I teach this class. But what I need you to do as the student, and what you need to be aware of, is that I need you to reach out to me sooner rather than later. So if there is a problem, if there is an issue, I need to know as soon as it comes up, not 3 weeks after it's passed. And what I tell students is that if I don't hear from you, the only assumption I can make as your instructor is that things are going fine. I'm not going to check in and say, are things going fine? And then have, you know, 60 of you all say, yes, yes, yes. So I assume things are going fine unless I hear from you. If you reach out to me, then I usually can get back to you within a day and answer any of those questions or concerns or problems that you're having. So please feel free to reach out to me as needed and ask questions as quickly as you can or as they come up so that I can help you. With that said, those are the main things that I wanted you to know going into our class, and all these things are also written on the syllabus, so I would encourage you to take a look through that. And now what you're going to do is you're going to start working on week 1 of your classes. So you can start clicking through and seeing the different things that I have you doing. The big one is that you're going to create a video just like I did. It's going to be a lot shorter, but I want you to introduce yourself to your classmates so that we can put a face to all your names and we can get to know a little bit about each of the people we're going to be spending the next 9 weeks with. With that said, if you have questions or concerns, please reach out to me. But otherwise, I hope to do some more of these videos, and I hope that you got to know a little bit about me and about the class, and I look really forward to learning with you over the next 9 weeks of school. So until then, I'll wait to see your videos and meet you, but best of luck, and I will talk to you soon.